Hi, Chris Benson here. Welcome to episode 2 of the Sport on Freeview guide. Excuse the dressing gown. I've got a jumper and a t-shirt underneath, but the boiler has decided to pack in, and what a week for it to pack up. So it was -5 here, I think, earlier in the week, one of the nights. So it's been fixed. If you hear any banging or drilling in the background, you know what? We'll just go with it. It's been fixed as I speak. So anyway, the show must go on, as they say. So plenty to tell you about. Get yourselves comfy, get a pen and paper. Might be worth writing down some of the times and things that are going on. Here we go. So let's start by looking at the Snooker Welsh Open coverage, which Snooker gets underway the Welsh Open on Monday, 15th of February. Now, Quest is showing the tournament, but they're not showing any coverage on Monday. So if you want to watch day one, the only place you can watch day one is on the BBC Red Button or iPlayer. So this, at the minute, is the plan for Red Button on Freeview 601. They've got live coverage at 1 o'clock till about 4:35. Then they've got an hour's coverage scheduled in the evening, live at 7 o'clock, and then they've got evening highlights at 11:30. Now, some days last year, and it was a bit unannounced, they had extended coverage in the evening. We'll try and get clarification on if that's going to happen. I know last year it did. Whether it will or not in 2021, I will try and find out. But that's your coverage on Monday. Now, Quest joins in the coverage on Tuesday. And they start with lunchtime highlights of day one before going into the afternoon session on day two. But Quest will not be showing any free evening coverage. So, BBC Red Button, again on Tuesday, they will have looped highlights of day one from about 7:15 in the morning, so you can catch up over breakfast, and then the afternoon session will be live at 1 o'clock. Then an hour in the evening at 7 o'clock, which is good because Quest, isn't, as I say, isn't showing any, and then the evening highlights at 11:30. So that pattern continues through the week. I'll just go through the rest of the schedule on the Red Button, and BBC Red Button schedules are published right up to Friday. So right up to the quarterfinals, and the pattern follows with the live afternoon coverage and an hour in the evening and the evening highlights. So at least there's some in the evening. If you want to watch the bit of the evening coverage, go to Freeview 601 or BBC iPlayer and you will find it. Quest, as I say, has the great analysis of Ronnie O'Sullivan, Jimmy White, but there's no evening coverage. So just bear that in mind. If you want to watch the full coverage, of course, of the event, you can subscribe to Eurosport. Second Six Nations weekend. Excuse the drilling in the background, I did warn you. ITV has at 2:15 kickoff England v Italy. That's the first match of the weekend. Of course, England should get their first win, but then perhaps they should have beaten Scotland. So we'll see what happens there this weekend. Scotland v Wales is at 4:45 kickoff over on BBC One. So both of those are on Saturday, and then on Sunday, Ireland and France is on ITV with coverage starting at 2:15. So 3 more games of rugby union. I caught up with the highlights. Wales v Ireland was the closest game, wasn't it? Obviously good wins for France as well. But there it is, full coverage for now, of course, on Freeview, and there's talk that some of it might be moving over to subscription channels. So enjoy it whilst it's free. So you will be able to see some of the Australian Open tennis highlights. Of course, full coverage is on Eurosport, but the highlights get underway on Freeview on Saturday afternoon, 1:15 on BBC One, with coverage from the third round. And of course, there's going to be crowds in the Australian Open as well, which is fantastic to see. So 1:15 on Saturday, then there's highlights on Sunday at 1:15, then at 3:30 on Monday, the highlights continue on BBC Two. That's from day 8. 3:30 again on Tuesday, and they continue during the week on BBC Two. So at least you get to see, some of the coverage. As I say, full coverage is on Eurosport, but there are at least highlights available from the second week. Great win for England, of course, in the cricket last week. And the second test gets underway Friday night, Saturday morning, with live coverage once again on Channel 4. It'd be great if England can make it 2-0. Coverage once again gets underway around 4 o'clock in the morning, and coverage is entirely on Channel 4 again, which is brilliant. I really enjoyed watching it, and highlights are available from 3 o'clock on all 4, which I found useful, especially with 3 kids here. I dipped into the highlights, and that was my way of keeping in touch with it. Interesting as well that in the early schedules earlier in the week, Sunday brunch was going to be on Channel 4 on Sunday morning, and the cricket was going to get shifted to more 4 for a couple of hours, but not now, presumably because of the successful ratings last week. So the cricket is going to remain entirely on Channel 4 again, and Sunday brunch will follow the cricket on Sunday, which is great, makes sense. It really does make sense. So the cricket entirely on Channel 4 again, starting Friday night, Saturday morning, and continuing into Wednesday lunchtime, really. So plenty of sport for you this week. Enjoy the cricket again. Nicely sandwiched in between the snooker on BBC Red Button on Freeview 601 Wednesday is the World Indoor Tour Athletics from Toruń in Poland. Live coverage where some of the world's best track and field stars are gathering. That's the World Indoor Tour from Poland between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock next Wednesday. That's Freeview 601 on the Red Button. Bit of athletics for you. One quick one to mention. Look, I've not got my dressing gown on now. I'm quite smart. The Alpine Ski World Championships. There's a lot of coverage on BBC Red Button. I noticed there was some on the iPlayer on Thursday, but it wasn't on the BBC Red Button channel. This is because of the bite-sized daily coverage, which is to help kids aren't in school. But there is a lot of coverage on the Red Button over the next few days. So let's go through what is. Today, Friday, 12th of February, when this is going live, 8 o'clock tonight, there is a replay of the snowboard cross mixed teams event. Into Saturday, 9:45 on Freeview 601, there is women's downhill from the Alpine Ski World Championships. And then at 20 past 11, there is live coverage of the ski cross finals. So plenty of Alpine action in the morning, Saturday morning. And then there's a replay of the women's downhill at 7:20, also on BBC Red Button. Into Sunday, the men's downhill is live at 9:45, with a replay at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. And then the action continues on Tuesday, 16th of February, with the women's and men's parallel slalom. You've got Great Britain competitors including Charlie Guest, Alex Tilley, Sarah Woodward, Billy Major, Charlie Raposo, Laurie Taylor, and that's live on the BBC Sport website and iPlayer at 12:45, not on the Red Button live because of the schedule already in place. But there is a replay on the Red Button at 5 o'clock. So 5 o'clock you'll be able to watch that on Freeview 601, but you won't be able to watch it live, Freeview viewers, okay? Thursday, 18th of February. The reason on Tuesday is because the snooker is on Red Button on Tuesday. So I suppose you can only have one sport at once. They can't. So there is a replay after the snooker is finished on Tuesday of this. Of that. Thursday, there is 8:45, the women's giant slalom. Alex Tilley in competition once again. 8:45, the first run. That's live on Thursday. And then the second run is at 12:15, again live on the iPlayer and the BBC Sport website, 12:15, because it clashes with the snooker again. But there's a replay at 8 o'clock on Thursday evening, so you don't miss any of the action. You just have to watch the second run delayed, which is great that they're doing that. And then into Friday, a bit more to tell you about. Charlie Raposo in action again. 8:45, the live coverage of the first run in the men's giant slalom. The second run again is on iPlayer and BBC Sport website because it's at lunchtime, 12:15. But there's a replay 8 o'clock after the Welsh Open snooker's finished in the evening to 8 o'clock for the second run replay. And that's for the next week. So plenty of Alpine World Championship action to catch on the Red Button. A quick addendum, BBC Red Button kindly responded to me to let you know that the Women's Super G, there'll be a replay on the BBC Red Button Friday, today, 4:05, part of the Alpine Ski World Championships. And then at 6 o'clock, there is a replay of the Men's Super G. So that's more action to mention from the Alpine Ski World Championships today, Friday, from 4:05, replays of those. They also said to mention that on Saturday, the 20th of February, if the lunchtime coverage of the Snooker, the Welsh Open, overruns, then the coverage will sadly just go to iPlayer for the lunchtime part, but that's because they've got to switch to Final Score. However, if that does happen, bear in mind that Quest will have afternoon coverage. You can always switch to Quest to continue watching, just as an option. But BBC Red Button will have full coverage again in the evening for the second semi-final. Right, I just thought I'd add that addendum. So that's it from me. Plenty of sport to look forward to in the next 7 days. Spread the word, tell your friends. And if you've got anything sports that you want to plug, or anything you've seen that I've missed, then please do get in touch. I'd love to hear from you. Well, anyway, from me, Chris Benson. See you next week. Bye bye.